कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे, तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे, तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे, श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु। पतित पावन हेतु तव अवतार, पतित पावन हेतु तव अवतार, मौसम पतित प्रभु न पाई बेहारा, मौसम पतित प्रभु ना पाई बेहारा। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे, श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु। आहा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी, आहा प्रभु नित्यानंद प्रेमानंद सुखी, कृपा बलोकना करो आमी बोरो दुखी, कृपा बलोकना करो आमी बोरो दुखी। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे, श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो सीतापति अद्वैत गोसाई, तब कृपा बोले पाए चैतन्य निताय, तब कृपा बोले पाए चैतन्य निताय। आहा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथा, आहा प्रभु आहा स्वरूप सनातन रूप रघुनाथा, भट्ट जुगा श्री जीवाहा प्रभु लोकनाथा, भट्ट जुगा श्री जीवाहा प्रभु लोकनाथा। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे, श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवासा, दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवासा, रामचंद्र संग मागे नरोत्तम दासा, रामचंद्र संग मागे नरोत्तम दासा। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे, तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे, श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दया करो मोरे, श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपदा 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 श्रील प्रभुपदा। जय जय गुरुदेव गुरुदेव Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nidai Gaura Haribo 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 Nidai Gaura Haribo. Hare Krishna.
ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजाता सगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं स। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि प्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वती व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रिये। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गोरतिसे नमः। नमो ब्रह्मण्याय देवाय गोब्राह्मणहिताय च जगद्दिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिधि नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरतिसे नमः। जय हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं श्रीपरमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य ईश्वरम्। ओम पवित्र पवित्रो वा सर्वावस्थं गतो विवा यस्मरेत् पुण्डरीकाक्षा सा बाह्य व्यन्तरं शुचे श्री विष्णु हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी माता जी धन्यवाद प्रणाम। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर joining. Hare Krishna Shilpa Mataji, thank you so much for scheduling today's class. Vanilla Mataji, thank you so much for joining today. Tarshida Mataji, Akshay Prabhu, Dandavad Pranam. Pooja Mataji, Praveen Prabhu, Dandavad Pranam, thank you so much.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी धन्यवाद
Thank
प्रणाम।
you.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna
प्रभु
Sri
जी
Gopal Prabhu, Dandavad Pranam. Sri Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranam. Vijaya
धन्यवाद
Mataji,
प्रणाम
Dandavad
प्रभु जी।
हरे
Jagannath
कृष्ण
Prabhu,
प्रभु जी दंडवत
Hare
प्रणाम।
Krishna. Dandavad Pranam. Thank you so much for all of you for giving me this opportunity. Though I am unqualified to speak about exalted devotees like Prahlad Maharaj, all these things, Srimad Bhagavatam. I am trying to repeat whatever I heard from the senior devotees from ISKCON Chowpatty Temple. So I have heard so many lectures from Chowpatty Temple. It's an opportunity for me.
Bhagavad class.
It's an opportunity for me to increase my Shravana and also association with all of you devotees. Narada Muni says, What is the best thing in a day? The best thing in a day is the remembrance of Krishna. When we remember Krishna, that is the best. If you don't remember Krishna, that is the worst day. So both good and bad in this material world are both bad without remembrance of Krishna. So I thank each and every one of you for giving me this opportunity to remember about Krishna in all of your association. In this canto, or seventh canto, the science of God, the most important canto of all. Of course, all the cantos of Srimad Bhagavatam are equally quoted, and especially this seventh canto of Srimad Bhagavatam is very much important and vital for ISKCON people because it depicts the mood of ISKCON, the mood of a devotee. So we are ISKCON devotees are in the mood of Prahlad Maharaj, and we are hearing about Prahlad Maharaj. So there is no other canto which has exhaustive description of a devotee. So we see so many devotees. Either it is one chapter, two chapter, or few other chapters. But this entire seventh canto is primarily dedicated to Prahlad Maharaj. And we are looking at the 10th canto, 10th verse, sorry, 10th chapter, the Prahlad, the exalted devotee. And today we are concluding the Narsimha Leela. From today is almost it's a conclusion of the Narsimha Leela, where Narada Muni gives the conclusion, Astuti, on hearing this past tense between Prahlad Maharaj and Narasimha Swami. So let me share the screen. First two slokas I will be reading. From next onwards, you can participate in the reading. Text number 41. Number 41. आख्यातं सर्वम् एतत्ते यन्मां त्वं परिपृष्टवान् रामघोष सुतादीनं हरे सत्मयम् अपि द्विषम्. Translation by the Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Everything you asked me about how Shishupala and others attained salvation, although they were inimical, has now been explained to you by me. Text number 42. एषा ब्रह्मण्यदेवस्य कृष्णस्य तमहात्मनः अवतारकथा पुण्या वदो यत्रादिदैत्ययो. Translation and purport by Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. In this narration about Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, various expansions or incarnations of the Lord have been described. And killing of the two demons, Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu, has also been described. But avatars or incarnations are expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna Govinda. Advaitam Achyutam Anadi Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navyapanam Cha Vedesha Durlabam Adurlabam Atma Bhaktau Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Vajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, who is the original person, non-dual, infallible, and without being. Although he expands into unlimited forms, he is still the original, and although he is the oldest person, he always appears as a fresh youth. Such eternal, blissful, and all-knowing forms of the Lord cannot be understood by the academic wisdom or the Vedas, but they are always manifest to pure, unalloyed devotees. Brahma Samhita 5.33. The Brahma Samhita describes the avatars. Indeed, all the avatars are described in the authentic scriptures. No one has become an avatara or incarnation, although this has become fashionable in the age of Kali. The avatars are described in the authentic scriptures or shastras, and therefore, before one risks accepting a pretender as an avatara, one should refer to shastras. The Shastras say everywhere that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead and that he is the innumerable avatars or incarnations. Elsewhere in the Brahma Samhita, it is said Ramadimurtishu Kalani Amaina Tishthan. Rama, Nrsimha, Varaha, and many others are consecutive expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. After Krishna after Krishna comes Balarama. After Balarama is Sankarshana, then Aniruddha, Pradyumna, Narayana, and then Purushavataras. Mahavishnu, Garvadakshayi Vishnu, and Kshirodakshayi Vishnu. All of them are avatars. One must hear about the avatars. Narrations about such avatars are called Avatar Katha, the narrations of the Krishna's expansion. Hearing and chanting these narrations is completely pious. Shrinotam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kirtana. One who hears and chants can become Punya, purified of the material contamination. Whenever there are references to the avatars, religious principles are established and demons who are against Krishna are killed. The Krishna conscious movement is spreading all over the world with two aims: to establish Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead and to kill the pretenders who falsely present themselves as the avatars. Preachers of the Krishna conscious movement must carry this conviction very carefully within their hearts and kill the demons who, in many tactful ways, vilify the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. If we take shelter of the Narsimhadeva and Prahlad Maharaj, it will be easier to kill the demons who are against Krishna and to thus re-establish Krishna's supremacy. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the Supreme Lord, the original Lord. Prahlad Maharaj is our Guru, and Krishna is our worshipable God. As advised by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata. If we can be successful in getting the mercy of the Prahlad Maharaj and also that of the Narsimha Deva, then our Krishna conscious movement will be extremely successful. The demon Hiranyakashipu had so many ways to try to become God himself. But although Prahlad Maharaj was chastised and threatened in many ways, he rigidly refused to accept his powerful demonic father as God. Following in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj, we should reject all the rascals who pretend to be God. We must accept Krishna and incarnation and no one else. Hare Krishna. So far in this canto, or the seventh canto, we were discussing about the Prahlad Maharaj. So where Yudhishthira Maharaj asked Narada Muni a good question. How did Hiranyakashipu, who is supposed to be the father of Prahlad Maharaj, who is supposed to be very caring and affectionate to his children, against Prahlad Maharaj? What did it happen? Narada Muni goes on to explain the story of birth of Prahlad Maharaj, how Prahlad Maharaj took birth, how Kayadu was attacked by Devatas, and the absence of Hiranyakashipu, how Narada Muni explains that the child within the womb of Kayadu is a Mahabhagavata, Mahajanagena Sagavata. So he's among among the 12 Mahajans. So after that, devotees, Devatas left the Kayadu in the custody of Narada Muni, and where Prahlad Maharaj in the womb listens to the Bhagavatam from the pure Guru Narada Muni, and he becomes a great devotee. And later, how Prahlad Maharaj was sent to the Gurukul of Sanda and Amarka by Hiranyakashipu, how Hiranyakashipu torments the entire world, that nobody has to chant the holy names of Krishna. Everyone has to chant Om Namo Hiranyakashipaya Namaha. And Sanda and Amarka being the sons of Sukracharya, was following the instruction of Hiranyakashipu and tried to give material education to Prahlad Maharaj. But Prahlad Maharaj was never accepting this material education. He even tried to utilize the time in a preaching service to his dear friends. Why do you waste all time? We have less time in this world. So some time goes in the sleep, sometimes goes in the childhood, and like that. So whatever time is left, we have to best utilize in the service of Krishna. We have to chant the holy names of Krishna. So this is how Prahlad Maharaj was preaching, and Hiranyakashipu brings Prahlad Maharaj to see what he was learning in the Gurukul. when Prahlad Maharaj says, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, that Navavida Bhakti, everyone has to do Navavida Bhakti and start surrendering to Krishna. He tries to preach to his father Hiranyakashipu, but Hiranyakashipu was never listening. He becomes angry and tries to kill Prahlad Maharaj. We have seen how he tries to kill. But in all the situations, Prahlad Maharaj was always remembering about Krishna only. Only Krishna can save. Rake Krishna Mare Krishna Rake Koi. So there is no one who can be saved if Krishna wants to destroy. There is no one who there can be who is destroyed if Krishna wants to protect. So like that we are going, and after that Hiranyakashipu was killed by Narasimhadev, and Devatas appeared there and tried to pacify Narasimhadev, but they could not. And they asked Prahlad Maharaj, Narasimhadev has appeared only for you. Please go ahead and try to pacify him. So Prahlad, being humble, he says, I cannot pacify, but he tries in the humble state of mood and goes to Narasimhadev and prays to Narasimhadev to be cool. So come out of this anger. And Narasimhadev, being pleased by the way of Prahlad, dealings of the Prahlad Maharaj, he says, ask any boon, I will give it to you. Prahlad Maharaj says, I am not a trader, I am not a merchant. For a ordinary material desire, I cannot exchange my devotion with an ordinary material desire. And he asks a benediction where he can serve his Guru Maharaj, Narada Muni, appropriately. And Narasimhadev, out of being pleased, he grants a a long life of exalted material position, always remembering the lotus feet of Narasimhadev. And after finishing this material life, he will come back to Vaikuntha Loka. Narasimhadev gives a benediction, and Narasimhadev prepares to go back to his abode. And there Narada Muni concludes to Yudhishthira the Narasimha Leela, Prahlad Leela. And this is what he concludes. He says, oh, now, Yudhishthira, I have thoroughly explained to you about all the avatars. In this narration about Krishna, various expansions of the incarnation of the Lord has been. So in the sequence we have seen yesterday Arvind Prabhu was explaining that three lives of Jaya and Vijaya, and all the incarnations of Shishupala and till the Dantavakra. So here Srila Prabhupada mentions that the authorized source of to know about the incarnations of Krishna is Srimad Bhagavatam, and also in the purport you can see in the pink line. This is the mission of Krishna consciousness. Why Srila Prabhupada established Krishna consciousness is explained in these two lines. The Krishna conscious movement is spreading all over the world with two aims. What are they? To establish Krishna as the supreme personality of Godhead and to kill all the pretenders who falsely present themselves as the avatars. This is the clear. We all have to remember this. So everyone go out for preaching. One day or the in any form, whether it's online, offline, either through book distribution or whatever it may be. So we all go into the preaching, and we have to remember that we have to establish Krishna as a supreme personality of Godhead. Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya chaduskrutam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Krishna says, I am coming into this material world. Millennium after millennium. For what? For first is to establish Krishna consciousness. That is the dharma. So paritranaya sadhuna. Of course, first in the Narasimha Arati we see Namaste Narasimhaya Prahalada Ahalada Dhayine. Why did Narasimha Swami came? For Prahalada Ahalada. To give satisfaction, to give happiness to Prahalad Maharaj. That was the first thing. Second thing is Vinashaya Chaduskrutam. But to kill the pretenders who falsely present themselves as avatars. This material world, we all, even today sitting in this call, we also have the tendency to become God. Fortunately, we are into this Krishna consciousness one day or the other. By this practice of Krishna consciousness, this false identity of I am the God goes away. But what about the materialistic people outside? They are thinking that they are the God. How they think? How are we think? How are we thinking? Everyone wants to be special and separatist. Srila Prabhupada mentions in one of the purpose of the Bhagavatam, we are trying to become independent. Our problem is our independence. We want to be feel special and we are separate. What is separatist being in Krishna conscious means I do not follow what my seniors say. What the parampara says, I do not follow, but I do whatever I like. So today modern world, every one of us have heard about artificial intelligence, right? Somewhere or other, it has become a household term right now. So it is AI enabled, it is AI enabled mobile phones, AI enabled laptops. So we are all everyone outside in the business world are somewhere or the other claiming that they are AI. We do not know whether there is AI or not, but to get the market share, they say AI enabled, AI. It has become buzzword so that people start attracting towards their own product. They want to become special and separate. I want to lead this world. So there are so many fake gods here in this world. Even in the times of Dwaraka, when Krishna was personally present in this world, there are people who claim that they are God. Can you name anyone? Can any one of you name who is that claims to be God Krishna himself?
Founder.
Paundraka, Haribol. This Paundraka Muni, sorry, Paundraka Vasudeva. If you read 10th canto of Bhagavatam, 66th chapter, the story of Paundraka Vasudeva comes over there. So, either fortunately or unfortunately, his father was also was named Vasudeva, not the Vasudeva Krishna, not the father Vasudeva, Krishna's father. So his father was also Vasudeva, and he claimed that I am the Paundraka Vasudeva. I am the same Krishna. The Vasudeva Krishna is not the actual Krishna. He was propagating. Who are the associate of this Paundraka Vasudeva? Jarasandha and these people, Shishupala. So all these fake people goes to this fake god. So Shishupala was following Paundraka Vasudeva and was blaspheming Vasudeva Krishna. What happens when we follow a fake avatara? We tend to become like Shishupala, Jarasandha. We blaspheme Krishna and his devotees. And what happens? We are destroyed by Krishna. We are destroyed. It's a Vaishnava Aparadha. It tends to become Vaishnava Aparadha. So most of the incarnation, if you see, especially we see the 10 incarnations. So among all the Dasavataras and all the avatars, Krishna comes, sorry, God comes to perform a pastime like that, like Narsimha Leela. He comes to save Prahlad Maharaj and to annihilate Hiranyakashipu. And in a Varaha avatar, he comes to annihilate Hiranyaksha. He comes, performs a pastime, and leaves. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is to Swayam Bhagavan. So all the avatars come, do certain pastimes, and then leave. But Krishna stays in this material world and performs his pastimes. So he is born in Mathura, jail of Mathura to Vasudeva and Devaki. And after that, he is transferred to Vrindavan, to Yashoda, and Nanda Maharaj. And you see so many Leelas Krishna was performing. If you read 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, it's entire Krishna Leela. And Prabhupada was very much eager to give Krishna Leela. He was afraid whether he could finish Srimad Bhagavatam or not. He gave Krishna's book, Krishna book before 10th canto of Bhagavatam. He was writing the 10th canto. So if you see, read the Krishna Leela, So Krishna was performing so many leelas, all the leelas, till the Kurukshetra war. So he did not leave after the leela. So Krishna is a special because he is the Swayam Bhagavan. But in the Kali Yuga, it is not astonishing to find people saying, I am God. So if you see the Narsimha Arati, it is mentioned that Narsimha's hand is like a thunderbolt to the stone-like chest of people, non-devotees. But for a devotee, it is like a Tavakara Kamalavari. It's like a lotus flower. So, Her Grace Nitya Sevani Mataji in one of her lectures mentions that who has a stone-like heart? Who are the people whose heart is like stone? One is the non-devotees, atheists. They think they are hardcore hearts. They're made of steel even. The second one is the Mayavadis. They say that God is under Maya. The third is one who are worshipping the other devatas without the relationship with Krishna. They are worshipping the devatas without any relationship with the Krishna. And fourth one is one who poses themselves as God. They think that I am the grossest ignorance in this material world. What is the grossest ignorance in this material world? We think that I am God. Even they say, I am the doer, I am the controller, I am the proprietor. We all have that mentality. Why we have that mentality? Because somewhere inside our heart, we are thinking, I am God or I will become God. Isn't it? So this is what we hear 99.9% of the people. Only 0.1% of the people are devotees. Bahunanam Janmanam Jnanavan Samprate. So only in the satsangs we learn to know that you are not the doer, you are not the enjoyer, you are not the proprietor. Krishna is the Supreme Lord. It's only through Srimad Bhagavatam we'll think, we understand that we are not this, we are not these proprietors, we are not this God. And people in this material world claiming to be God even create their own mantras like Om Namo Hiranyakashipaya Namaha. There are so many mantras people create in this world based on that. So everyone want to express I am special than others. That our Krishna conscious mission is to first to destroy this misconception. First and foremost, our idea is to destroy this mentality of I am the God and establish Krishna as a God. What is it? What is it mean? So what are these people like? We think who think that I am the God, or you can become the God. Do you know who are the terrorists? You know about terrorists, right? What do terrorists do? Can anyone volunteer this? What is the role of a terrorist? Hey Krishna, am I audible to all of you?
Will go against the
What is
loss of the country.
loss to the country? They cause loss to the country. Anyone?
No, loss. They do not follow laws of
Do not loss of the country. Okay. Any other?
against the laws.
Okay.
Prabhuji, there is no humanity. They are all always thinking for the bad things, like bomb blast to kill the other persons.
Okay.
They're
They,
thinking for, yeah, they are
Hmm.
selfish. They're not thinking for others.
Yes.
they terrorize the people.
They terrorize the people. Yeah. All of your answers are right. So if you see Mumbai bomb blast, which has happened sometime some years back, where Kasab was caught. So what happened? People in this like Taj Hotel, Oberoi Hotel, and that CST railway station. People they were going to the hotel, had nice meal with probably with their relatives, family members, and they have some business discussions. And there some people are going to their beloved places through trains. But what happened in that fraction of a day? The entire life of Mumbai has been crippled. Even if you see the WTC attack, so people were coming to their offices to perform their daily duties. In a fraction of a second, their life was destroyed. So these terrorists create natural disturbances in the natural flow of life. So we have even materialist has a natural flow of life. So get up early in the morning, get ready, go to the offices, come home after office, go to the party or enjoy with the family. This is the natural flow of life even for a normal people. And these terrorists, because of these incidents, the entire natural flow of life has been destroyed. And these people who claim to be the God, I am the God, who say that I am God, you are the God, they are even worse and dangerous than the terrorists. They are terrorizing the faith of a person. Terrorists are killing the body, but these people, Mayavadis, atheists, they are destroying the faith of a person. The normal flow of a soul is destroyed. What is the normal flow of a soul? I am the soul and I am eternally the part and parcel of Krishna. Devera Swarupa Hoi, Krishnera Nityadas. This is the natural flow of a soul. And these people are terrorizing this aspect. In olden days, in India, everyone are some kind of the devotees. If you see the Mahakumbh Mela, you see so many people, crores and crores of people come and took the bath, right? So we have certain devotion in our heart. In Indian culture, the devotion is there. We have Tulsi. Every home has a Tulsi plant. Every Hindu devotee has a Tulsi plant in the home. There has some certain Vishnu temples. There are Vishnu farm, and there is a Vishnu temples, and there is a Saligrama Sila. Unfortunately, many of us don't have Saligrama Sila today, but this was common in the olden Indian. And what happened today of this what is happening to the Indian culture? Tulsi is going out, Vishnu is going out, and Saligrama is long gone. What is happening? The faith of you are this body, you are not this body, you are the soul is lost, and our material education is giving that you are this body. Are they? Aren't they worse than the terrorists? So these are the people called terrorists of faith. And what is happening because of that? Varna Shankaras are being formed. Varna Shankara, where Arjuna was afraid, I may be the result of, I may be the cause of this Varna Shankara. And these Varna Shankaras are the main persons. They say that I am the God. So everyone in this world tries to form unity. Even materialistic and Vedic society were all developed on unity. We all believe in unity, everyone. But materialistic unity is based on spreading hatred. You see, this community is not good, that community is not good, this religion is not good, that religion is not good. We try to spread that hatred, and because for that hatred, we are all united. That is the materialistic way of life. But in the Vedic unity, it's like performing sacrifices for other causes which are sustainable. Vedic sacrifices being done. Whenever there is a problem in this world, Vedic sacrifices were done so that the problem is rectified. That's why our Vedic scriptures gives so many samskaras. There are 12 samskaras from Garbhadana samskaras to Antyeshti samskaras. There are 12 samskaras. Why the samskaras are required? So that new good culture is born when the soul. So in the olden days, charity was given. So charity was given by after performing 15 days of yajna. There is 15 days of yajna and 1 day of charity. So whenever there is an action being done, there was a yajna being followed. Even in the marriages, previous yajnas were performed, and after the yajna is finished, and the couple got married. Even when the death happens in a family, we do 11 days ceremony, 12 days ceremony, 13 days ceremony. What happens? The entire days before are for the yajna, and the last is for the tarpana. So the soul leaves to the next destination. What is happening here is the root cause of everything is the desire to become special. I am special in this. So everyone is thinking that I am something special. Yes, we are all special. We no need to try to become special. We are all special in the eyes of Krishna. The eyes of Krishna, we are all special. Suppose if you are offering a flower, daily you are offering flower. That's all the service you are doing. If one day you are not offering a flower to Krishna, Krishna feels something lacking. Hey, this devotee used to offer a flower to me, but today he did not offer to me. He never says that one devotee is doing so much big he constructing big temples. He is doing so many Rath Yatras. He is distributing so many books. He is giving so many lectures. Krishna never distinguished a devotee on this nature. But each and every devotee is special in the eyes of Krishna. We are all special in the eyes of Krishna. Don't forget this. We are all special. There is nothing more special we need to become. Whatever services wholeheartedly we are doing, we have to do it wholeheartedly for Krishna, and Krishna accepts the service. So that was Paundraka Muni. So the Paundraka king. But Paundraka has a one thing. He always thought about Krishna. He want to become Krishna, and he got Ayodhya Mukti. And that's why devotees doesn't want muktis. Because hating Krishna also brings you to mukti. Kamsa, Shishupala, all these people, they got mukti going against for Krishna. And devotee doesn't want mukti, he wants service. I don't want to become like that. I want to become eternally your servant. That dasa, anudasa. Krishna cannot become ordinary. So that's what. So we have to understand about avatars from from the parampara, from the Srimad Bhagavatam in an authorized disciple association. That's what Prabhupada is mentioning in these two paragraphs. Anyone would like to volunteer for 43 and 44? Any volunteers for to read 43 and 44? Yes, Akin Chandra.
Sir, do you want me to retranslate?
Full. Please read it full.
Okay, bro. Yeah. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This narration describes the characteristics of a great exalted devotee, Prahlad Maharaj, his staunch devotional service, his perfect knowledge, and his perfect detachment from the material contamination. It also describes the Supreme Personality of Godhead as the cause of creation, maintenance, and annihilation. Prahlad Maharaj, in his prayers, has described the transcendental qualities of the Lord and also described how the various abodes of the demigods and devils, regardless of how materially opulent, are destroyed by the mere direction of the Lord. Purport. Srimad Bhagavatam is filled with the descriptions of the characteristics of various devotees with reference to the service of the Lord. The Vedic literature is called Bhagavatam because it deals with the supreme personality of Godhead and his devotees. By studying Srimad Bhagavatam under the direction of the bona fide spiritual master, one can perfectly understand the science of Krishna, the material and spiritual worlds, and to aim spiritual worlds and the aim of life. Srimad Bhagavatam Allah Puran. Srimad Bhagavatam is spotless Vedic literature as we have discussed in the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Therefore, simply by understanding Srimad Bhagavatam, one can understand the science of the activities of the devotees, the activities of the demons.
Great. So I will continue. Therefore, simply by understanding Srimad Bhagavatam, one can understand the signs of activities of the devotees. The activities of the demons, the permanent abode and the temporary abode. Through Srimad Bhagavatam, everything is perfect enough. Thank you, Akin.
Yeah, sorry, Prabhu. Got disconnected. Sorry. Yeah.
So, here, the importance of reading Srimad Bhagavatam is mentioned. So, Prahlad Maharaj was staunch devotional service. He was perfect in knowledge and he was perfect in detachment. From what? From the material. So, we have to understand what is detachment. Detachment means material from the material contamination. People do not know what detachment is. They think that we have to detach from our family life, we have to detach from our worldly life, all those things. It's not. So if you read Srimad Bhagavad Gita, third chapter, it is renunciation with knowledge. What you have to renunciate, it is a material contamination which you have released. So what is material contamination? Ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. So it is ahankara. We think that we are the doers. I am the doers. Aham karoti iti ahankara. But it's actually the three modes of material nature and Krishna who is doing it. So, if are all the scriptures, especially the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita, describes what is this material contamination is, why we should give material contamination. So, I'll give you some references of that. Bhagavad Gita 3.37 says, Krishna explains that Kama is the greatest enemy and the causes of material contamination. Kama isha, Krodha isha, Rajoguna, Samudbhava. The lust, when unfulfilled, becomes the anger, leads to suffering. To overcome material contamination, one must control the desires. So, because of the material desires, material contamination, we are getting the karma, and because of the karma, we are all suffering. This is the problem. In Bhagavad Gita 5.22, it is said, Krishna warns that material pleasures lead to suffering. Krishna is saying, this material pleasures leads to suffering. So, material pleasures are because they are temporary and causes the bondage. So, our goal of life is to go back to Krishna. But this material desires binds us into this material world. And 9.2 says Krishna calls bhakti is the purest knowledge. So when you get the knowledge, you will be relieved. And the bhakti is the highest knowledge. So this engaging in Krishna consciousness, one is free from the material contamination. And Srimad Bhagavatam says in 1:17, Shravanam Shunavatam Swakata Krishna Punya Shravana Kritana Rudhi Annantasto hi Habhadrani Vidunoti Sudha Satan. Krishna cleanses the heart of all the contamination when we hear about him. We cannot clear our heart. Sarva Dharman Varijya Mamekam Saranita Aham Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayavi Masucha. What is this Papa? Krishna is referring to material contamination as a Papa. He removes that. So Shrunumatam Sakata Krishna. When you hear about Krishna Katha, when you hear about Narsinga Leela, when you hear about the devotees, our heart gets purified. 11.2.42. There are symptoms of a person who is free from material contamination is being explained. When one experiences Krishna's presence, detachment from the material things naturally follow. You no need to do anything. First thing we have to do is to hear about Krishna. When we hear about Krishna, naturally the detachment starts coming up. So that's why Prahlad Maharaj says, Shravanam Kirtanam. So first is good listening. Chaitanya Charitamrita also says, Cheto Darpana Marjanam. So when we chant this holy name, what will happen? Our heart gets cleansed from this material contamination. So all the scriptures, there are many other verses. These are the broad verses which I have noted. And all the scriptures mentions only one thing. We have to let go of this material contamination, which is the cause of attachment to this material world. The solution is Krishna consciousness. Hearing and reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, in the association of devotees, chanting the holy names, satsangs. These are all the process, the five panchanga of Krishna consciousness. When we follow this panchanga of Krishna consciousness, automatically the material desires come out. That's what is explained in this. Anyone would like to read 45? Number 45?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Dandat Pranam. Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Text 45, translation. By His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The principles of religion by which one can actually understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead are called Bhagavata Dharma. In this narration, therefore, which deals with these principles, actual transcendence is properly described. Purport: through the principles of religion, one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Brahman, the impersonal feature of the Supreme Lord, and Paramatma, the localized aspect of the Lord. When one is well conversant with all these principles, he becomes a devotee and performs Bhagavata Dharma. Prahalad Maharaja, the spiritual master in the line of disciplic succession, advised that this Bhagavata Dharma be instructed to students from the very beginning of their education. Kaumara acharet pragno dharman bhagavatan iha. To understand the science of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the real purpose of education. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu. One must simply hear about and describe Lord Vishnu and his various incarnations. This narration concerning Prahalad Maharaj and Lord Narsimhadeva, therefore, has properly described spiritual transcendental subjects. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
So when we hear about Srimad Bhagavatam, what Dharma Prochido Kaitavatra Dharma. So what is Srimad Bhagavatam doing? It removes the fake dharmas, fake religions, and gives a perfect religion. So when a person is learned about religion, he understands about three aspects: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. Out of which Bhagavan aspect is the highest. So when we are surrendered to the Bhagavan aspect, it is called Bhagavata Dharma. The second chapter of this first canto of Bhagavatam says, Savai Pumsham Paro Dharmo Yato Bhakti Radhokaje. Paro Dharma is Bhagavata Dharma. It should be performed Ahituki Apradhyata, unmotivated and uninterrupted. That's what Prahlad Maharaj has been doing. Unmotivated and uninterrupted. We have seen what is history of the Prahlad Maharaj. And Prahlad Maharaj says, Kaumaram Acharit Pragnyo Dharman Bhagavatan. You have to give this Dharma, Bhagavata Dharma, from the Kaumara stage, means at the age of 5 years. When our child is 5 years old, we have to start giving this knowledge to our child right from the beginning. So, Lilananda Prabhu was describing about the school Radha Yatras, right? So, introducing these Radha Yatras into the school, where the school children know about the Jagannath and Radha Yatra and Krishna conscious philosophy. So, this is how one of the way we can give this Krishna conscious philosophy to the children. So, the entire concept boils down to this verse. It is springing from this verse. So we all have to do the school Radha Yatras as well. So that's the intention of His Grace Nityanda Prabhu. Hare Krishna Giriraj Prabhu, text number 46 to 48. Hare Krishna Giriraj Prabhu, are you there?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yes,
No
that's
problem.
Prabhu.
Yeah, 48, I think, purport is there. I'll continue.
Yes, Prabhu, I could not hear you.
Are you able to hear me?
Now I can hear.
Okay. So, text 48 having purport, Prabhu. Can I go through?
46 to 48 you can do it.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. And I like the highlighter, Prabhu. Very nice. You are doing in one tool. Please let me know the tool. I will also use.
I'll listen.
Yeah, text 46. This is from Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, the science of God, chapter 7, chapter 10. Prahlada, the best among exalted devotees. Text 46. Yayetat punyamakhyanam Vishnurviryoparbrimihitam Kirtayet charadhyaya srutva karma pashair vimuchyate. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. One who hears and chants this narration about the omnipotence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, is certainly liberated from material bondage without fail. Guaranteed verse, without fail.
Yes.
Please come without fail. Please go without fail. We say, right? This verse is giving without fail. We will go back and we will be liberated from the clutches of material nature when we hear and chant the glories of
Yes.
Supreme Lord. Hari Bol. Text 47. एताद्यादिपुरुषाय मृगेन्द्रलीलाम् दैत्येन्द्रयूता अवधं प्रयतपथेत दैतात्मजस्य च सतां प्रवरस्य पुण्यं श्रुत्वानुभावम् अकुतो भयमेति लोकम्. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Prahlada Maharaja was the best among exalted devotees. That is entitled as Prabhupada specifically chosen the title for the 10th chapter of the 7th canto. Prahlada Maharaja is the exalted devotee, the best devotee among exalted devotees. Best devotee among exalted devotees. Anyone who with great attention hears this narration concerning the activities of Prahlada Maharaja, the killing of the Hiranyakashipu, and the activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Nrsimhadeva, surely reaches the spiritual world where there is no anxiety. Vaikuntha, no anxiety. Kuntha
Again,
means
surety is
anxiety.
there.
Hari Very. Thank you, Prabhu. Text 48. You.
You can read the full, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu?
Please read the full.
Yeah. 48. यूयं नृलोके भत भूरिभागा लोकं पुनाना मुनयोऽभियन्ति येषां गृहान् अवसत्तिति साक्षात् गूढं परं ब्रह्म मनुष्यलिङ्गम्. Translation and purport by Abhay Charananda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Narada Muni continued, my dear Maharaja Yudhishthira, all of you, the Pandavas, are extremely fortunate, for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, lives in your palace just like a human being. Great saintly persons know this very well, and therefore they constantly visit this house. Purport. After hearing about the activities of Prahlada Maharaja, a pure devotee should be very anxious to follow in his footsteps. But such a devotee might be disappointed, thinking that not every devotee can come to the standard of Prahlada Maharaja. This is the nature of a pure devotee. He always thinks himself to be the lowest, to be the incompetent and unqualified. Thus, after hearing the narrations of Prahlada Maharaja's activities, Maharaja Yudhishthira, who was on the same standard of devotional service as Prahlada, might have been thinking of his own humble position. Narada Muni, however, could understand Maharaja Yudhishthira's mind, and therefore he immediately encouraged him by saying that the Pandavas were not less fortunate. They were as good as Prahlada Maharaja because although Lord Narasimha Deva appeared for Prahlada, the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his original form as Krishna was always living with the Pandavas. Although the Pandavas, because of the influence of Krishna's Yogamaya, could not think of their fortunate position, every saintly person, including the great sage Narada, could understand it, and therefore they constantly visited Maharaja Yudhishthira. Any pure devotee who is constantly conscious of Krishna is naturally very fortunate. The word nruloke, meaning within the material world, indicates that before the Pandavas there had been many devotees, such as the descendants of the Yadu dynasty and Vasistha, Marichi, Kashyapa, Lord Brahma, and Lord Shiva, who were all extremely fortunate. The Pandavas, however, were better than all of them because Krishna himself lived with them constantly. Narada Muni therefore specifically mentioned that within this material world, Nroloke, the Pandavas were the most fortunate. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. As
Thank
Giriraj Prabhu has pinpointedly identified, there is no doubt that a devotee who reads this Bhagavatam, hears this Bhagavatam, who attends the satsangs, who is always hearing about Krishna Katha in the association of devotees, there is no doubt that he is going to go back to Godhead. This is confirmed. In one of the lectures, in His Holiness Indra Swami Maharaj was saying in our Bhakti Center, every devotee in the satsang is already liberated, is already delivered. Only time is separating when one is going back to Vaikuntha or Goloka. The only thing which we have to do is how many people are we taking along with us. That's what His Grace Lilananda Prabhu always mentioned. We are all delivered, but how many people we are going to deliver? It's not we actually. By giving this Bhagavatam, we are becoming an instrument in the hands of Krishna. So there should not be any iota of doubt that we are not delivered. we are obviously delivered. And the most important of this 48 sloka is the nature of a pure devotee. He always thinks that he is lower than all. Tinadapi sunichena, tarorapi sahisuna, amanina manadena, kirtaniya sadahari. One who thinks himself that to be the lower, it's not artificially thinking. Of course, it is a good start to at least artificially think. But a devotee naturally thinks that he is lower than a blade of grass. That's why they are able to chant the holy names. Whether they can give glories of holy names and Krishna to everyone. And here, especially Yudhishthira Maharaj was thinking how to follow the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj. So he's Narada Muni, Srila Prabhupada explained that Yudhishthira Maharaj is no less than Prahlad Maharaj. He is in equal standard as the Prahlad Maharaj because Lord resides with them, with Pandavas. Krishna guided from the childhood to till the end. You see the Kurukshetra war, how Krishna guided, personally took charge of the Pandavas. So Pandavas are naturally fortunate, but Yudhishthira Maharaj is thinking that how can I follow the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj? Similarly, our mood should be like that. Though people, what happens? There are so many devotees who are doing various kind of services. Sometimes we feel that because of material standing, we feel that this person is doing so much. We feel jealous. We tend to become jealous and try to pull the devotee down. No, we should not do that. We should encourage the people who are going faster to Krishna. That is what the mood of Yudhishthira Maharaj, mood of Prahlad Maharaj is all about. Nature of devotees always think himself to be lowest, incompetent, and unqualified. To that person, Krishna gives everything. And you know the pastime of Narada Muni, Narada Muni tries to find who is the exalted devotees. So now once Narada Muni went to Prayag, where Kumbh has happened. So there he saw, from there he started identifying who is the best devotee. Then he saw as a group of devotees, and one Brahmana was worshipping Saligrama and giving prasadam to the fellow Brahmanas. And he goes there and says to Brahmana, "You are the exalted devotee." But Brahmana says, "No, Narada Muni, I am not the exalted devotee. I do not have any opulence. So I'm doing only small seva which is given, and that's all. That's the only thing. You go to I forgot the place. You go to a place where the Chakravarti, the Shastras mentioned about the only name Chakravarti. There is no mention of the name. You go to the Chakravarti, and this Chakravarti is an exalted devotee. And Narada goes there and finds that this Chakravarti is actually doing the Krishna Seva. He's always chanting the holy names, and he's always distributing the prasadam to the entire country. And he says to the Chakravarti that you are the exalted, you are the best devotee among all. And Chakravarti says, "No, I am not that. I am not that." So if I am the if I am the best devotee, the king of all kings, king of all the devatas, Indra should be that. So Indra is the one who is the exalted devotee. Get it and me. Go there and see how Indra serves Krishna. And Indra was crying, also crying for Krishna. So we all think that Indra is doing all the bad things. But Indra is a devotee. He is the king of all the devatas. So that 33 crore devatas is not an ordinary person. And Narada Muni says, "Oh Indra, you are the best among the devotees." But Indra says, "You think I am the best? No. Did you forget about Govardhan Lila? What did I do in Govardhan Lila? I forgot about Krishna. Then how can I be the best devotee?" So the best devotee is the son of Vishnu, Brahma. Please go to the Brahma. And Narada Muni goes to the Brahma and says, "You are the best among the devotees." Brahma says, "Oh no, you forgot about Brahma Mohan Lila. What Lila I did? I forgot Krishna. I minimized Krishna to an ordinary person. I am not that person. Go to Shiva. See, he is so much detached. He is Vaishnavanam Yata Shambho and is detached. Go to Shiva and he is the greatest devotee." Narada Muni goes to Shiva. But Shiva says, "No, I am not a devotee. I'm not attached. I'm not detached. I am attracted to Mohini Murti Avatara. So there is lust inside me. So I cannot be the best devotee. Go to Prahlad Maharaj. He is residing eternally with Krishna in the Vaikuntha Loka. Narada Muni goes to his disciple. You are the best devotee. There cannot be any highest thing for a disciple who is Guru glorifying him. But Prahlad Maharaj says, I am just hearing and remembering. That's all. What did I do? I'm not done anything. Just I'm hearing and remembering. You go to Hanuman. He has done wonderful services to Ram. So service is the key, and Hanuman has done that. And he goes, Narmoni goes to Hanuman and says, "You are the best." Hanuman says, "No." Pandavas, especially Yudhishthira, is the best because Krishna is eternally is living with them, protecting them. And Narmoni goes to Yudhishthira and says, "You are the best among the devotees." And Yudhishthira Maharaj says, "No, I am not the best. Yadus are the best because the Yadus have been born along with Krishna. They are related, blood relation with Krishna." And Narada Muni goes to Yadus and says, "You are the best." No, we are not the best. Uddhava is the best among all the devotees because he was sleeping with the Lord. He was utilizing every item which Krishna has left as prasad. So you see, Uddhava looks similarly like Krishna. You cannot differentiate because he was constantly remembering about Krishna and his body became like Krishna. Uddhava was a devotee. And Narada goes to Uddhava and says, "Oh, you are the best among the devotees." Uddhava says, "No, I am not the best. If I am the best, why did I go as a messenger to gopis for the separation of Krishna? Gopis are the best because they are feeling the separation from the Krishna." And Narada Muni goes to Vrindavan and says, asks the gopis, "You are the best of the Krishna devotee." No, and we are not the best. Only Radharani is the best among the devotees. So by this we can understand how Radharani is the best among the devotees, and we are all seeking the recommendation from Radharani. We are all devotees of Radharani. Whom does Radharani recommend to Krishna? One who is humble. One who is genuinely humble, their name is recommended to Krishna, and then automatically they go back to Godhead. So Srila Prabhupada mentions that there are different categories of devotees. All the devotees are not the same. There are different flavors. So in there is varieties, variegatedness is the flavor of life. So there is variegatedness in the devotees. So all the devotees don't want to be glorified. All the devotees, they don't want to be glorified themselves, but they glorify the other devotees. Everyone is dear to Lord Krishna. Just as simple thinking of a flower, like Krishna explained. Just by offering a simple flower, we become dear to Krishna. Pattam purpujam palam poyam yome bhaktya prayachati. So Krishna will feel the separation if we don't offer the same service which are doing. Previously he has done it, now he or she is not doing it. So why, what happened? Krishna thinks like that. So Krishna becomes attached to the devotee. Text number 49, I will read it. The impersonal Brahman is Krishna himself because Krishna is the source of impersonal Brahman. He is the origin of the transcendental bliss sought by the great saintly persons. Yet he, the supreme person, is your most dear friend and constant well-wisher, and intimately related to you as a son of your maternal uncle. Indeed, he is always like your body and the soul. He is worshipable, and yet he acts as a servant and sometimes as your spiritual master. So it means the essence of this entire purpose is, so we all have to place Krishna in the center. So Krishna should be our own center. So Krishna comes as a guru, as a devotees, and everything. So we have to give respect to the paraphernalia of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Silpa Mataji, you can read text number.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandat Pranam. Text 50 Prabhuji.
You can read 51 as well.
Okay. Translations and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Text 50 translation. Exalted persons like Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma could not properly describe the truth of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. May the Lord, who is always worshipped as the protector of all devotees by the great saints who observe vows of silence, meditation, devotional service, and renunciation, be pleased with us. The absolute truth is sought by different persons in different ways, yet he remains inconceivable. Nonetheless, devotees like the Pandavas, the Gopis, the cowherd boys, Mother Yashoda, Nanda Maharaj, and all the inhabitants of Vrindavana do not need to practice conventional process of meditation to attain the Supreme Personality of Godhead, for he remains with them through the thick and thin. Therefore, a saint like Narada, understanding the difference between transcendentalists and pure devotees, always prays that the Lord be pleased with him. Text 51. My dear King Yudhishthira, long ago in history, a demon known as Maya Danava, who was very expert in technical knowledge, reduced the reputation of Lord Shiva. In that situation, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, saved Lord Shiva. Purport. Lord Shiva is known as Mahadev, the most exalted demigod. Thus, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that although Lord Brahma did not know the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shiva could have known them. This historical incident proves that Lord Shiva derives power from Lord Krishna, the Parabrahma.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
So here in the 50th sloka, the important line is, the absolute truth is sought by the different persons in different ways, yet he remains inconceivable. As we earlier discussed, there are different grades of devotees. There are so many other devotees, non-devotees, Mayavadis, all this. There are many people who are indirectly or indirectly are seeking for Krishna. Devotees are directly seeking for Krishna, and non-devotees are indirectly seeking for the Krishna. So it is mentioned that different persons, Krishna is one will say Brahman is the highest, one will say the Paramatma is the highest, and devotee says the Bhagavan is the highest, non-devotee says there is no Krishna. So different ways, people get people understand Krishna in different ways, but yet he remains inconceivable. But people do not know who is Krishna. Of course, this doesn't apply to a devotee. Devotee always understands who is Krishna. This line is not talking about the devotees, jnanis, the karmis, and non-devotees. So as you see the Gajendra Moksha, you see the Gajendra Moksha. Namo Namaste Akilaya Karanaya Nishkaranaya Adbhutakaranaya Sarvagamanya Mahavarnaya Namo Apavargaya Parayana. My Lord, you are the cause of all causes, but you yourself has no cause. Therefore, you are the wonderful cause. He is not only the cause, he is a wonderful cause. Sarva, what is called Nishkaranaya, Adbhutakaranaya. I offer my respectful obeisances to you, who are the shelter of the Vedic knowledge, contain the Shastras like Pancharatras, Veda Sutras, Vedanta Sutras, which are your representations, who are the source of Parampara, because it is you who can give liberation. You are the shelter of the transcendent. Let me offer obeisances. Here Gajendra is saying, you are the cause of all causes, and not only the cause, you are the divine cause, and you are the wonderful cause of that. But the Mayavadis and other people say that, who is Krishna? Who is God? If God, if there is a God, if Krishna is the God, who created Krishna? So here it is Gajendra clearly saying Krishna is inconceivable for these people, because it is understood clear, you are the cause of all causes and you do not have any cause. Krishna is not created being like all of us. We are created. Even the bodies are created. Souls are also not created. We are eternally part and parcels of Krishna. And we forgot that we are part and parcels of Krishna. We think we are independent. We are separate. I am born. I am dead. Even the soul is not born. The soul is not dead. So these things, a non-devotee cannot, whatever you give Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, lectures, whatever you do, he cannot understand Krishna. Krishna is not revealed to them. In the material world, for every object there is a cause. Like for sugarcane is the cause. But for something else, sugar is the cause. So there is a chain of link between cause and the causee. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is the Swayam Bhagwan. The pure devotees of Lord, for the pure devotees of Lord, Krishna is with them and not with the devotee. It's not devotees with Krishna. We think that devotees are with Krishna. No, Krishna is with the devotees. The other way around. When you become a devotee of Krishna, Krishna will always be with you. Like, you know the example of a fog and a sun. So when there is a fog, you cannot see the sun. Can fog cover the sun? No. It is our vision covered by the fog from the sun. The fog is also created by the sun because of the vapor. Fog is created by the sun. But fog is also eliminated by the sun. We cannot clear the fog, or we cannot remove the fog, isn't it? So Krishna is like the sun. Our material contaminations are like the fog, material desires. These desires are covering the vision from our sun, from Krishna. So Krishna has also caused this. When one way is a cause, sanctioner, because we desired it. When we desire that I want to see Krishna, if you see the Ishopanishad last verse, a devotee prays, where the curtain of this Maya be removed so that I can have the darshan. When we pray like that, Krishna removes the fog and you can see the sun clearly. So sun is the cause. Like that, Krishna is the cause of all the causes. Lord can be understood only one way. That is by the mercy of Guru, Krishna and Sadhu. If you are not in the satsangs, we cannot understand Krishna. Oh, I can sit at the home and read Bhagavatam. Of course, that we have to do. We have to read Bhagavatam. We have to do self-serve Swadhyaya. But most important thing is we have to serve the spiritual master. We have to serve the Shiksha Gurus. We have to come to the satsangs. Then only we can understand Krishna. Even there are certain problems with the conditioned life, even with the devotees. Even they are not pure devotees. We are trying to become a devotee. What is the problem we are all having? We think that we can achieve Krishna. Oh, I am in this path, I can achieve Krishna now. We think that no, we cannot achieve. You are given Krishna. We cannot get Krishna, we are given Krishna. We think we give donations. By our donations, by my presence, we cannot understand Krishna. But these weaknesses can be dovetailed. Varnashrama Dharma is only for dovetailing our weaknesses in the service of Krishna. Varnashrama is a means to dovetail our Krishna. But there is a term in Sanskrit called Upadhi. Have you heard it? Upadhi, occupational duty. The Upadhi means that which is not. Upadhi means, in Sanskrit, means that which is not. For example, you mentioned about a crystal. There is a transparent crystal. When you put it in the red area, the transparent crystal will become reddish. But the color of the crystal is transparent. Similarly, the soul is pure. By the contact with these three modes of material nature, the soul thinks that this is a body. So we are not his body, we are the soul. This is called upadhi. We think that what which is not. We are not this body, but we think that we are this body. If we think we are something else, then we are in upadhi. Then Krishna is inconceivable. If we think this is my designation, I am this, I am a CEO, I am that, I am with bodily relations, then we cannot understand Krishna. Even upadhi means we understanding that we are brahmanas, we are kshatriyas, we are vaishyas. Even that is called upadhi. Upadhi is the real diseases and should go. So in our Indian culture, we say Namaste. Namaste Nama Narasimhaya. What does Namaste mean? Namaste means I am not. I am surrendered to the will of the God. Namaste means. We had a beautiful tradition. Even in our dealings, we are saying that we are not this body, we are the souls surrendered to Krishna. But we have the habit of shake hands. So Namaste is a counter for Upadhi. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Sarva Upanadi Vinirmuktam Tattat Pravartan Nimanam Rishikena Rishikeshanam Sevanam Bhakti Uchyate. So what is the highest form of devotion? Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam. Sarva Upadi Vinirmuktam. You have to be freed from all the designations of this body. And we can Rishikena Sevanam Bhakti Uchyate. That's why one is freed from all material designations, and one's senses are purified simply by employing in the service of Lord. That's why Varnashrama Dharma and Bhagavata Dharma are important. And this Upadhi nature or this material designation is the cause for our anarthas. We are trying to be anartha nivrutti. So we don't want to get to offenses, but we are not letting go of our material designations. That doesn't happen. Anarthas goes when only our upadhis is removed. So this verse entirely speaks about we have to be free from upadhi. Otherwise, it will result you into sense of exclusion, which we have talked about. We try to become self-centered, special, and this causes the pride which Krishna doesn't want. So we have to be free from these upadhis. Text number 52 to 55, I will go to the, sorry, 50, I forgot about 51. So 51 mentions that Lord Shiva may know Krishna's glories, where Maya Danava Maya Danava history is being taught about to Krishna. So Yudhishthira Master said, maybe Brahma doesn't know. He might have forgotten. Shiva being exalted, he should know about Krishna. So for that, Narada Muni is explaining about the Shiva story with the Maya Danava. Who is this Maya Danava? Like Vishwakarma, Maya Danava is the architect of demons. So Shiva was once defeated. So that entire description will go into the next session by the next speaker. I will not go into the detail how Shiva was defeated by Maya Danava. So in the Khandava Prastha, this Maya Danava was protected by Arjuna. So when Yudhishthira Maharaj was to create Indraprastha, the fire was spread over, and in that Maya Danava comes and surrenders to Arjuna, and Arjuna and Krishna says, "You help Yudhishthira in so ways." So there he created Maya Danava Hall, where you all know the pastimes of how Duryodhan falls into that, and entire pastime happens. So this Maya Danava once defeated Shiva, where Shiva took the shelter of Krishna for protection. Maharaj Yudhishthira said, for what reason did the demon Maya Danava benefit Lord Shiva's reputation? How did Lord Krishna save Lord Shiva and expand his reputation again? Kindly describe these incidents. Narada Muni said, when the demigods, who are always powerful by the mercy of the Lord Krishna, fought with the Asuras were defeated, and therefore they took shelter of the Maya Danava, the greatest of the demons. Maya Danava, the great leader of the demons, prepared 3 invisible residences and gave them to the demons. These dwellings resembled airplanes made of gold, silver, and iron, and they contained uncommon paraphernalia. My dear King Yudhishthira, because of these 3 dwellings, the commanders of the demons remained invisible to the demigods. Taking advantage of this opportunity, the demons, remembering their former enmity, began to vanquish the 3 worlds after a middle endeavor. These 3 worlds, airplanes, are nothing but Tripura. Present day it is called Tripura, Tripurantaka story. So where Lord Shiva was famously recognized as Tripurari. So that next, how this Tripurantaka, all these things has happened, is left for the next speaker to spend the next session. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. So one thing in essence is we all have to become a devotee by attending by doing the 5 responsibilities, attend the satsangs, read Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. With this, you will be going back to Godhead, that is for sure. We have to chant the holy names. We have to reside in the places like Mathura and Vrindavan also, and you have to do render service. When you do all these 5 activities, then our success is guaranteed. Of this, there is no doubt. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. If there is any mistake which I have committed, please forgive me. Any questions, any clarification, any chastisements, you are free to present it now. Hare Krishna. Any questions?
Wonderful session, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji, for giving me this opportunity. So I think if there are no doubts, can we stop it here? I think Giriraj Prabhu was unmuting.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
Thanks.
Very
That was
nice.
thank you for your association, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hachapana tool Vipityan, Prabhuji.
Sure. Message.
Hare Krishna.
Anyone? Any doubts? Or anything you would like to share, your realization, your takeaway from this session? Hare Krishna. Okay. So it seems there are no other further queries in it. So we will end the session. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. His Grace Santosh Aditya Prabhuji.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavad Pranams, excellent class. Excellent sloka, 17, 46, 47, 48, excellent slokas you have put in.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.